for me. I'll tell you the saddest Valentine. Like, well, you know, maybe it's not the saddest, but it's the best Valentine's Day. It was the closest Valentine's Day that I ever had.
All right, let's hear it.
So I was in college. The person I was seeing at the time, you know, we both majored in the same thing, and so like after classes was over that day, it was understood that we was all I wanted to do was go to Red Lobster.
Hey, oh, what a throwback! Yeah. That's when the endless shrimp was going crazy.
That's all I wanted. And you know, I still never got it. I always wanted to go to Red Lobster on Valentine's Day and then like go back to the crib and have like a cool night. That's all I wanted, right? So that's what we were supposed to do. So classes over. I think he went to work or something like that.
Okay.
But usually like when he get off work, you know, he called me, text me, yo, Valentine's Day. He ain't call or text me. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's your girl E.
Yeah, it's your boy JR, capital J and capital R.
Oh, and we are for all the adults.
Man, it's the accountability podcast.
Yo, maturity only. Accountability only.
Yo, happy Valentine's Day, yo.
Happy Valentine's Day, all the lovers out there.
Yo, man, for all the adults, man.
For all the adults.
Hey, we're gonna do the big one, yo. Here we go.
For all the adults.
Yo. Cue that sponsorship. I ain't take that like that. That's rough.
So it started as an idea at the clubhouse.
At the clubhouse.
The
clubhouse.
Yo, at the clubhouse.
Yeah.
What started as an idea at the clubhouse seems to be coming to fruition right now.
Yeah, our friends encouraged us to do this. Yeah, I appreciate them all.
The streets needed it.
Yo, the streets needed it. Yo, they asked for it.
They asked for it, so we just feeding the streets. That's all we doing right now.
That's what we doing, man.
We feeding the streets, man.
Yeah.
So this is for all the adults podcast. This is our first podcast. This is our first episode. Clap it up.
Sometimes you gotta give your own self a round of applause.
Listen.
Yeah.
If you want, who will?
Hey, yo, facts.
If you want, who will? If you want, who will?
Yeah. Man, we were For All the Dogs for a bit.
We were. Yo, tell them what For All the Dogs, because they wasn't with that movie.
Hey, man, yo, when that Drake album dropped,
yo, shout
For
out
All
to
the
Drake.
Dogs, yo, shout out to Drizzy, man. Yo. And we was in our bag. I was like, yo, man, we was hurt.
Yeah. Yo, big hurt. Capital
hurt,
H.
Big hurt. In despair. Grieving. Yo.
Grieving. That's
grieving
a
the
great
old
word.
us. Grieving the old us. Gotta let it go, yo.
Listen.
On my Elsa. But, we was hurting, man. Then we realized, like, yo, when you grieving and you just doing stuff like that, you're not only hurting you hurting everybody around you.
Yeah.
And that ain't cool.
We was just spreading hurt around. We was just spreading hurt. The hurt that we felt, we was trying to spread it around. We was trying to be somebody's lesson like somebody was our lesson. That's
all we was doing. Yo, you ever watch Moana?
What's that?
The Disney joint?
You talking about, is that the Hawaiian joint?
Yeah.
No, I ain't watched that joint. I heard of it, though.
Yo, long story short, man, it was like, the ending was crazy. Basically, like, when you hurt, it's all bad, yeah. When you hurt people. That's
all we was doing. That's all I want. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I wanted to hurt people. Like, I wanted everybody to feel pain.
Yo.
I did. I wanted to ruin the world. Like, I wanted to. Like, I wanted everybody to feel the pain that I was feeling.
Nah, I ain't want to hurt anybody. I was just avoiding everything, yo. Because I felt like I feel like my truth was gonna hurt everybody, so I'm just like, yo, man.
Your truth.
Yo, man. So the lies we tell to not to have to do things is crazy, yo. But now we figured out, like, yo, accountability is key, man.
Maturity.
You can't grow without it, man.
Maturity.
So we created this podcast, you know, the accountability podcast for all the adults, man.
For all the adults.
No more for the dogs, man.
Yeah.
No more. We the new adults, yo.
We the new adults. We gotta start acting like it.
Yo, Phil and Lil grew up, yo.
Yo, Phil and Lil grew up. Phil and Lil did grow up, man. Like, we had to. It didn't, you know, honestly, like, it didn't feel good. Like, just, like, having that toxicity, having that anger, having that just, like, it just didn't feel good. And then, you know, using alcohol as a coping mechanism.
Oh, that big on that. Yo.
Like,
you know what was the crazy part? I was like, yo, this is fun.
Yo, no, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Like, that shit, that was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I did have a good time. Like, I understand. I get it. Like, being, like, not caring is, like, so much fun. I never, like, not caring. I was probably, like, the first summer or first year, like I really did not care. Like I really did not care, like at all.
You didn't even care about yourself.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Yo, that's reckless endangerment. Yo.
I know, like I didn't. Like it's just like I was for whatever, like whatever. I'm gonna say whatever. I'm gonna do whatever because it don't matter. Like,
yo, I really felt like the Joker, yo. Like I ain't gonna hold
just
you.
ruining shit.
Yeah,
like,
I was just like, I didn't even have any intent. Honestly, I was just playing the game, yo. I was just playing the game. I had no intent, yo. But I care, I care. But
I didn't care. I didn't. I didn't care at all. I didn't.
At all?
There was no part of me that cared. I really didn't care at all. Like,
what made you want to change, though?
I just realized I had to grow up. Like, every time I would get to that point, like, it just didn't feel good. Like, every time I would get to that point of, like, damn, like, I just would be like, this ain't it. Like, it was low vibrational. Being for all the dogs was low vibrational.
Yeah, it feels better to be for all adults. There's a sense of accomplishment that comes with it.
Yeah, like
fulfilling.
purpose. Yeah,
really
like
fulfilling.
purpose. Like I feel better about myself. Like when I be about to go to like for all the dogs, I think about it and I'm like, nah, you better than this.
You better than this.
That's what I be thinking about, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna be for all the dogs. I'm gonna be an adult about this situation and really be honest, be accountable, be mature, and grow up because like. We are the new adults, and like, what are we doing with that?
Yeah, I just want to be worthy of life now. Like just doing all of that. A lot of chaos. Like chaos can be beautiful when it's controlled, right? But you got to put it into something beautiful, and we weren't. We
weren't. Like we was just out here. Like I was out here just wreaking havoc for no reason.
Just creating more of us.
Yeah, like I would. Oh man. Oh man. See, we gotta do it in the opposite way. Now we gotta create more adults. Like we gotta bring all the adults together and we all come together and be mature, accountable, and really talk about our problems and why we're doing the things that we do in a healthy way so we can just grow. It's about betterment. It's about just getting better every day. Like
I was just in the phase of like, fuck it. Like and
that's that's a dangerous phase.
That's a bad drawing right there. That's a bad
because I would just be like, man, fuck it, like, let's do it. Like,
I also found myself like listening to stuff or watching stuff that would feed my my narrative of like
that for all the dogs album. Shout out that joint spoke to my soul. Like y'all talked about that album like it was trash.
That
joint spoke
I loved it. I loved it.
Like I felt him every step of the way. Like I felt it. I was like, yo, these bitches is out of control. Like.
Yo, even Certified Lover Boy, that was my joint too. Yo, how am I supposed to wife you? Not Aisha enough.
Oh man.
Oh man.
But we better now though.
Yeah, we better, man. We need to be for 4 years only, yo.
I'm
on my cold now.
I'm on my 2014 Forest Drive. Like that's what I'm on. Like love yours. That's what I'm on.
You just a young
now.
Angel going through your demon phase, or was.
I was.
Correctly, yo.
I was going through my demon phase, but here we are, yo. It's Valentine's Day though.
Yo,
like,
that it is.
It's Valentine's Day.
You know what scared me about doing this podcast? Like you got to be honest and give something to yourself if you want to be real.
Yeah, you got to be honest.
Nah, I'm cool. Yo, I was trying to avoid that part. I was like, yo. Yeah, I could give you a standard conversation, but a piece of me? Come on.
Dang. For the world don't deserve a piece of us. That's another topic. But we gonna give because we want to make the world better. You gotta change yourself before you change the world.
One soul at a time, yo.
Yo, one soul.
Yo, we can't change people. We only get help.
That's all we can do. Like, what'd you say? Yo, what'd you say about taking people home? Like,
hey,
you need help on your way home?
You need help getting home. So this is the thing. So I asked E at the beginning of the week. And I try to do it to my friends now. It's like, yo, do you need help getting home this week? And it's not a location, like a place that you rest your head. It's your principle, your morals, and your values. So I encourage people to ask your friends or your family, like, yo, do you need help getting us home this week? And I don't know the directions. Not at all.
None of us know.
So I need your help to help you.
We all need. It's about community.
Yeah.
It's
help
about
me,
the
help
collective.
you.
We should all be helping each other get home. Like that's the point. Instead of stopping each other from getting home, instead of being blocks in that, like we gotta help each other to get home, no matter what.
That's true.
Like no matter what, like we all need that.
I'm gonna take accountability on something right now. When you just said the world don't deserve a piece of us, we did damage already. We owe the world. We owe the world a big
Dang,
one.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You right.
We
You
owe the
right.
world a big
You
one,
right.
man.
You
We
right.
owe the
Because
world a big
how the crazy we was giving the world the worst of us.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what would happen if we gave the world the best of us?
Hey, yo.
Yo,
You got an album in you. You got
I
an
got an album in me, yo. I got an album in me, yo.
Yo,
I got
man.
an album in me, yo.
So I'm gonna share my expectations of what I believe Valentine's Day is, how I go around it, and like past things that happen. So one thing I hate Valentine's Day, bro.
You hate it?
Yeah, man. What my man Future say? Yo, Valentine's the worst day.
Yo, but you gotta give gifts because you a guy, right? So you gotta give the gifts.
It ain't so. It's deeper than that, you know. Like,
Oh, let's go deep. Let's go
it's-
deep.
Like, how many gifts do you gotta give? Because like, yo,
How many?
my thing is, man, I need to hold on.
Because you a high value man.
Hey, yo.
You a high value man.
Yo, man, I don't do that. I don't
You
do
don't,
that.
you don't prescribe to that?
No, I don't
We
prescribe
ending the
none.
gender wars, by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah,
We
no,
ending
none
it.
of that is
we
here.
ending it. We
None
ending
of
it.
that is here, man. Yep. You know what I realized about all of that is just like I said earlier, like we only follow the narratives that feed our
Yeah,
wants and our
damn, you're
desires
right.
right there. And the adult thing to do
Mm-hmm.
is to find and look into things that don't feed your view and things that are going to challenge you.
Make you better.
Yeah, make you better. And so I say I don't like Valentine's Day because I always feel, what's the word I'm looking for? I get anxiety, bro. I get anxiety. I ain't even going to hold you. Because, of course, there may be multiple girls. And
Multiple.
I know.
Multiple.
There may be multiple girls. I'm like, yo, the thing is, how do I make you all feel special
Damn.
on this special day? And the truth
Damn.
is, it doesn't matter how much you give one, the other one's be like, yo, you ain't do that for me.
But why? But why multiple? Like why multiple? Like why multiple?
Oh, man. You know, if you got the juice, you got the juice. Like,
Damn. So you him. So you him. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
Facts.
Like if you're being honest and you know, like there's nothing wrong with spread because all you doing is spreading love for real.
Yeah,
Like,
and the fact, like now, I made the decision. I know I talked about it a bunch of times and it just was on rinse and repeat. But like I decided not to have sex anymore. Like I'm
okay.
cool. I'm cool
okay.
off that.
Okay.
I understand. Like I care for people and I assume responsibility over the woman that I indulge with and stuff like that. But,
You have to.
But like I understand the physical aspects is a lot more now. It's
It
a lot
is.
more now. And it's not something that you just throw around. So
It is.
I'm cooling off that. Been cool off that for a while now.
No,
Yo.
that's accountability. That's accountability. A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't do that. That's accountability.
Yeah, 'cause
and you know what? I'll say this. I know it's hard. I know it's hard for you to do that. I know it's hard for you to do that.
It was at first. It was at first until you like when you realize the damage you do when you're doing it to people. It's just like yo, it's a
not
lot.
worth
It's a lot easier to get your
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
intact after that.
Interesting.
And so now I'm just like, it's this one day that the entire world believes in love. And usually, even though it gives me anxiety and I don't
Is it
like
love
it,
though? Is it love?
nah, that's cat.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's love.
Valentine's
That
Day
the
is not
entire
about that.
yeah, I don't know if it's love that people is I think it's I want to say it might be attention. I think I want
I
to
think it's absolutely like people want to made to be feel like they're the center of the universe or the center of the world.
yeah,
right?
or the center of your universe.
I'm the center of my universe, yo. Actually, God's the center of my universe.
Hey,
Then's me. Then
that's-
yo.
that's how it should
Everybody
go.
else was on the outskirts. That's family and friends.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I just, but I had this thing with Easter too. I used to be like, yo, people only go to church on Easter. That's crazy. But this pastor sat me down. It's like, yo, at least there's a day that they come. At least there's a day created that they will show up. And,
Yeah.
And if it's one day that somebody can express their love and stuff like that, who am I to be
Yeah.
against it, right?
Yeah.
I just get the reason I got anxiety about it is because I wasn't being honest with myself. Right? Even though I knew it, I wasn't expressing my honesty, or I felt like I was in spaces that I couldn't. So
What you mean like you wasn't being honest with yourself?
like I know what I wanted, I know what I'm looking for, I know what I don't want, and I know what I'm not ready for at all. And so I realized like the pressure that I think people are putting on me, I'm putting on myself because all I could do is just tell you the truth.
Because you just trying to please them. Like
Yeah.
you're trying to please everybody and give everybody because you genuinely do like the people.
Yeah, I do.
Like,
I care.
Yeah, you care. You care. You don't want to be an asshole. You don't want to be for all the dogs. Like
Yeah,
you
no.
genuinely care about these people and you want them to feel special.
Facts.
I can see that.
And so one thing I had to learn, like, yo, the no matter how much you do, somebody's gonna look at you as a villain anyway. You can't change someone else's perspective on you about that sort of nature if you hurt them. And if you hurt them, you hurt them. There's nothing you can say like, "Yo, I didn't hurt you." Like that's belittling
Yeah.
someone's feelings.
Yeah.
And so I learned like just asking questions and sharing what I can give or where I can go goes a long way. At least there's an understanding. I'm bad at communication, or I believed I was bad at communication because I was just avoiding.
You was just
yeah,
avoiding because
I
you
ain't
didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Yeah.
You know, I get that. Like I get that you just don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Yeah.
Because like how you feel is you it's almost like people pleasing. Like
Yeah. Essentially, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And my thing is like I'm not responsible for anyone's feelings. That was the craziest thing I learned this year. Was like, or last year was like, yo, you're responsible for your own feelings. And so if I upset somebody something like that, they have to do it. It's not I have to do it. Like if someone like broke my heart or made me mad and stuff like, I have to deal with that. Understand why I'm feeling this way and stuff like that. And like this is not their fault. They're doing what's best for them.
You are responsible for your own feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with that. But I think that when there are certain lines crossed, you have to be cognizant of like the part that you played in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just so it's like, okay, I don't want to do that again to somebody.
Facts.
So
That's true.
Like that's the part that I think that it had, because I believe that as a man, and if you have sex with a woman, like I definitely believe that you're responsible for that woman and her feelings.
I agree.
Like
I agree.
you have to be.
I agree too. Especially if y'all have a huge romantic connection. And,
Yeah.
like, I believe. Yeah, I mean, you should be looking over that woman at that point.
You
like,
absolutely should. I think that's a responsibility.
And that's not saying be in a relationship. That's not saying like being exclusive. But like, yo, you have a responsibility now because you engage in that activity.
You did.
And so, yeah, I understand the expectations now. And so, understanding my expectations and what I believe I can give to the world, because I owe the world a big one.
Yeah. No, facts. Yeah, because you can be better.
Yeah.
Because you can be better.
You know what's crazy? Like, you ever be doing something like, yo, I could kill this right now if I absolutely wanted to. Like,
no, facts.
And you just don't.
All the time.
And I'm just like, why? Why not though? Because we don't want to exert the energy. Like, what is it? Why don't we when we could turn up? We don't want to.
Fear. That's the only thing I could think of.
I thought that was crazy when people say like, yo, people are scared of their own success. I used to think that was the craziest thing, but I understand it now. Yo, that comes with a lot of responsibility.
It does.
Yo, that's the Take Care album right there.
Yo,
shout out to Drizzy Drake.
Yo, shout out to Drake. Drake done wrote whole lives. Like,
yo, man, hopefully you do for all adults, man. So what are your expectations of Valentine's Day now?
Now it's different than it was. Before, I was big on Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
I was big on so much so it's like I kind of plant my year. It's like like I got
February 15th. You
I had to plan my year. Like, yo, it don't matter who. I gotta have a man on Valentine's. I gotta have somebody on Valentine's Day that's doing something for me because I just need that. Like, I need that. I think it was validation that I was looking for when I think about it. I mean, ironically, it never happened. Ironically, I never had a Valentine, like, ever. I mean, I guess you can maybe count like elementary school where everybody get
that's real love back then. Like, yo.
But I mean, everybody got it in the class. So like, I still never had nobody like specially be like, yo, this is us. Like, this is us. Like, that's all I wanted. Like, yo, like, this
for
is
one
us.
day?
I mean, that's all. If that's all I could get, I'd
that
take
was
it.
honor. Yo, that was hey.
That's all. If that's all I could get,
you adulting, yo. You adulting.
It's tough.
You adulting.
It's tough. I've never had like a really good Valentine's Day of like, oh my God, like I love, like, I never.
Somebody loves me.
Yeah, but the ironic thing is, because I do remember like one bad Valentine's Day, like I just stayed up in my room like in the dark. I ain't even.
Hey.
I tried to ignore the
Not
day.
your 13th reason.
Yeah. I tried to ignore the day. I was in high school at the time. My dad actually got me something or whatever. But it just, because it wasn't from that person that I wanted it from. You know,
So it's
it
not
was
that you
just-
couldn't get it. It was from somebody.
it was from somebody that I wanted it from. That's the point that I'm really seeing now is that like it really doesn't matter like what because like anybody could get you flowers like you know that's great. But if it's not from the person that you want it from, like
That's
for me at least, it don't mean anything. Like it's just like oh like that's nice. Like you know it's like oh thank you like and you feel grateful, but it's like that, like, but I really wanted this person to like do this and do that, and they're not here.
You know what's crazy? That could make someone feel as though like that can turn somebody into a villain if they take it the wrong way.
Oh man, that's why I was the villain. I was the villain this year. I was feeling like the villain. Like that's why I wanted because I feel like I never got the love that I wanted. Like,
So is it the love or the attention?
not the attention, because I can get the attention from anybody.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
I can get the attention from any. If it was just about the attention, like I could, you know, like that's nothing. I could get that. Like I could get like you know humbly. I could get any guy to you know. I could have just been with anybody
True.
and do Valentine's. But I wanted that person to do a Valentine's Day thing for me. I'll tell you the saddest Valentine. Like, well, you know, maybe it's not the saddest, but it's the best Valentine's Day. It was the closest Valentine's Day that I ever had.
All right, let's hear it.
So I was in college. The person I was seeing at the time, you know, we both majored in the same thing, and so like after classes was over that day, it was understood that we was all I wanted to do was go to Red Lobster.
Hey,
back then.
oh, what
Yo,
a throwback.
yeah.
That's when the endless trip was going crazy.
That's all I wanted. Yo, and you know, I still never got it. I always wanted to go to Red Lobster on Valentine's Day and then like go back to the crib and have like a cool night. That's all that's all I wanted, right? So that's what we were supposed to do. So classes over. I think he went to work or something like that.
Okay.
But usually like when he get off work, you know, he called me, text me, yo, Valentine's Day. He ain't call or text me. Yo, he ain't call or text me or nothing. I think he got off work around like 4 or 5 o'clock.
PM?
Something like yeah.
Hey, so yeah, whole day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we saw each other earlier because of classes.
Okay.
Right? And so
you knew he was alive?
okay.
Alright, got you.
But after work though, like when I say I couldn't get in touch with him, and shout out to him. Hopefully you listening. Like, shout out to you. Like we cool now. But like I couldn't get in contact with him. Like at all. Like I was like, Dad, like what happened?
Was you
to
double
this?
calling?
I was.
Hey,
I was double calling,
Do
double
not
texting.
double call, yo. Well, unless it's emergency. Unless it's an emergency.
But you know,
was
at the
emergency for
time,
you?
it was because I'm like that. Like, where are you? Like, you know, you looking at, you know, your friends is sort of like, you know, going off and doing their own thing.
So now you comparing.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there like that. Like, where am I? Like, where am I?
Hey, yo.
Yeah, like where am I? Like where am I at? Right? Like, and I couldn't get so like finally like around 10, 11 o'clock, this dude called me back. Finally, and I'm heated, and I'm like, yo, like what happened? Like, cause I wanted to go to Red Lobster.
It's closed now.
I wanted to go to Red Lobster.
It's definitely closed now, yo. I hope you're not hungry.
Yo, I wanted to go to Red Lobster. So he called and he told me this crazy story. He was like, yo, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. I was at such and such house, it's one of his friend's house, and it got raided by the cops.
Hey,
Yo.
I'd be a fool to believe that, yo.
Yo, but I believed it. I was like, oh my God, like what? He was like, yo, so we was running. He had this whole story or whatever. Looking back, he was probably lying. But I mean, maybe or not.
No, you never know. You never know.
Maybe the crib got raided
So
and he had to run out. Yeah, and he had to run out the crib, and it was this whole thing, and they all had to meet. Like it was a crazy story. So I'm like, dang, like, oh my God, like, well, are you okay? So that's when you go, that's, you know, I'm still a good, like, well, you okay? I'm so happy. Like,
you grab his face, like, yo, you okay?
well, no, he told me this on the phone.
Oh, y'all not even in person.
No, we not in person yet. So he said this on the phone.
Yo, where he at, yo? Yo, write a book, bro. Write a book, yo.
Yo, he did a good storytelling,
Hey,
like, cause I was worried. So
Yo.
finally, we got together. It was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. We might have got some cookout. Shout out to the down south. You know, cookout, like it's like It's like a spot you go to.
Okay.
We might have got some cookout. I really don't remember.
But no Red Lobster.
Huh?
But no Red Lobster.
No Red Lobster.
That's cool.
But when I get to his crib or whatever, he has like balloons in his room.
Okay.
Or whatever, and a little bear. And I was like, who is this for?
Yo, why does your voice just who is this for?
Yeah, I was like, yo, who is this for? He was like, yo, for you. Because in my head, I'm like, yo, he don't like me for real. Like he probably would. Because in my head, it's always another woman. It's always another bitch. So I was like, all right, like, you know, and he just had those, and that was the best Valentine's Day because I got some balloons and a little bear.
And he got away from the cops and all
Yo,
that.
and he got away from the cops, and so it was a good night. You
got your feeling, though. You got your feeling.
I got the feeling. I
Yeah.
got the feeling. I got the balloons. I got the, you know, the little bear. I love you. I still got the little puppy bear that he gave me.
So let me ask you a question about Valentine's Day and that whole situation. Did you feel loved in any of those moments?
When I saw the balloons.
When I saw the balloons.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy. It's not
That's
crazy.
When I saw the balloons, that's when I was like, oh, he really likes me.
Because he did something a little extra. He put a little effort in. A little effort goes a long way.
I mean, it do when you just searching for anything. When you just like.
That's true.
You know, like, it's like women, we will make like the biggest deal out of like the smallest thing, and I'm learning that on y'all side. Y'all just like, what? And it's like, no, but he said yes. And it's like, what? Like, but he's a human being. Like, what do you mean he said yes? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, that's when I'm learning, like, we just like, when it's a guy we like, we grapple at sticks. Like, oh, like, well, he said yes, or he let me come over, or he let me meet this person, or he, you know, so.
Oh man, that's crazy. You can meet my entire family and I won't care.
No, but that's the thing. Like, it's like, oh, like so we grasping at things, and we're saying like that's love. And you know what? I'm not gonna say that he didn't love me. I'm not gonna say that. Okay. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, that's true. He could love you.
I'm not saying. I think that is like what you were saying. Like, or maybe it was the cops. Maybe it was the cops. But in my head, like, I was like, oh, he has to be trying to be with another woman.
But would that matter? If you still got what you wanted?
Obviously, it didn't. Obviously, because I still, even though I didn't get no Red Lobster. I didn't get no Red Lobster.
Yo.
I didn't get no Red Lobster, but maybe you're right. Maybe it was the attention. I don't know. Like, I just wanted him, and I wanted to spend, like, that was, like, the first Valentine's Day I ever had where it was like, oh, like, I really like him. And, you know, so we can really do something, you know, like, for real.
Yeah, I feel you. For me, personally, like, I don't care how I feel about Valentine's Day, whether I think it's a sham, a gimmick, whatever. If it means something to someone that I'm dealing with, then, like, yeah, it's going to mean something to me as well. Like, I'm not going to just, like, let it pass me by because it doesn't mean nothing to me, but it's something for you. So, yeah, why not indulge in it? I'll indulge in it as long as you want to, if that's the case.
But you're just doing it because, like,
yeah, it's for you. Like, it's nothing for me to do something for you if I care about you.
But you also doing it for everybody that you care
about. They also want the same thing, too. But I started coming to a decision and conclusion, like, well, in the past, I'm not going to say a decision and conclusion. This is how I've been for a while. Like, if I can't make everyone happy, then I'd just rather be by myself. Like, if the people I care about, if I can't make them, like, happy and things like that, I'd rather be by myself. But the truth is, just because someone isn't happy with you in the moment doesn't mean they're just going to get up and leave today or tomorrow. And if they are, they should.
Yeah, they should, because obviously something is not making them happy in that situation that they're in.
Yeah, if you can't express yourself, and I think I've just been stifled on my own voice because of, like, past experience or just childhood life or whatever the case may be.
I think you be like you really be trying to, like, please everybody. Like, you really, like, I'm like, yo, like, you really trying to, like, please, like, you really care about not hurting somebody's feelings. And
people should be handled with care. This world can be very ruthless at times. Like one of the people, like, the question I always get sometimes it's just like, yo, what do you want? The truth is, I don't want anything. Like,
Mm,
I enjoy sharing space with you, and like listening. I really
yeah,
enjoy that. It's not, I don't want anything else from it. I don't need anything else from it. I'm cool. I'm
yeah.
cool. But at the same time, I still have to be accountable for how I'm showing up in that space or what I'm providing in the space.
I mean, is it the sex that make it like that? Is that what makes it like? Oh, like it has to be only me, and like, cause I'm really
I don't
trying to
know.
think about that because like I'm like, if I wasn't, would I be upset with him if we weren't having sex and like obviously he was spending
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's Day, doing nefarious activities or whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
would I be upset if we wasn't having sex the same way I was upset like because we weren't? Like, is that what it
That's
is?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Like,
I mean, physical always plays a point at some point. Like
it
all
does.
hands in the air.
People try to act like it doesn't.
It
Like,
does.
people try to act like, oh, it's just sex. Like, no, like if you're having sex with somebody over and over and over and again, that's gonna affect the dynamics of the
Yeah.
relationship.
Did you have sex on Valentine's Day that day?
I did. Yo, on some real, I'm not sure, but that might have been the first time me and him actually had sex. I'm not
Yo,
sure.
Valentine's Day got some
Yo,
special.
listen, like it got that weight because women, we romanticize everything. So like,
You know, I stepped away from romance.
how can you step away from
Like as
romance?
far as like sexual things are like romantic.
You
But like
consider just sex
no, no, no,
romance?
no, 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 no. But just like doing just romantic gestures, I'm like trying to like step away from that because I'm big on like the foundation of friendship. Because if we get into an argument today or tomorrow, or things
Yeah,
aren't working out between us, my thing is like, what can we build on after that? And if
yeah.
it's nothing, then what were we
Then
actually
why are we
before?
here? Then why are
Yeah.
we here?
I
Yeah.
guess I got into a lot of trouble when I was like splitting friendship first, but friendship and romance, like once they become entangled, like it becomes a whole thing in itself, and so it's not just romance and it's not just friendship as well. And I had to understand that like sometimes those two go hand in hand,
But
but
see,
build your foundation.
the problem that I've always had is I've always been so cool with whoever I'm messing with. Like, I've always been like cool. Like, even it's like dag, like that's why sometimes I think like dag, like maybe we should not have had sex.
Mm.
Like I think back on that time
Sex
and
really
I'm like,
ruins things. Sex
yeah, because
ruins
I'm
things.
like, we really probably should have really just been friends because like I liked you as a person, and so now I like you as a person, even though you're hurting me,
Hmm.
and you're hurting me by lying or being with other women and all of that.
Is that person hurting you, or you're choosing to feel hurt by these things?
Ah, when I think about it, maybe it was the person was hurting my ego for real.
Mm.
Like it was hurting my ego. It was hurting my, I wanted to be chosen. I wanted to be the chosen one. I wa- I wanted him to choose me above everybody else. And in my head, like, oh, like because we were cool, like we were also like we had a lot of things in common. We just vibe, like we just, it was just good. Like even
Yeah.
without everything, like we were good. And so I wanted him to choose that. And that also made me think like, Erica, like you too cool. Like you too cool because now you giving him everything and he's not giving you like, or at least he's not giving you anything that I really wanted. Like,
Hmm.
he's not choosing me. He's not, putting me above. He's not trying to, it was one of those like, well, why we gotta have a title? Like if we, it's just like, why we gonna have it? It was one of them type of situations. And it was just like, okay, like you go along with it because you like, we don't need a title because we bigger than that. What's the Chris Brown song? It was just like title. I forget the
Uh,
lyric, and it's just like we don't like we bigger than a title,
yeah.
And it's a certain point. Yeah, we are bigger than a title,
Okay.
but then it's like, but it's conflicting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot of. That's why communication is key. I
It
believe that.
is. It is.
And when you're trying to avoid things or when you're scared to express things, these start off with small problems and just become bigger ones
They do.
over time. And one thing I used to always say, like, yo, no one is listening to me. And my thing is, I wasn't enforcing my boundaries.
Yeah, you have to
And
enforce.
so
Yeah, that's true too.
I felt myself blaming people for a lot of different things. I was like, yo, the truth is like, yo, you gotta be the enforcer for yourself. Like, no
Yeah,
one's gonna sit out here and
that's a
like do
bar.
all the work for you.
Yeah.
And so it made me change my whole like perspective on how people handle people. And yo, when you wrong, you wrong.
When you wrong, you wrong. When you
You
wrong,
wrong.
you wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm start because I look back because I was in college. Like we were in college, and I'm trying to think like, was he really wrong? Because at the end of the day, like he did say like we're not in a relationship. Like we're not in a I'm not ready for that type of thing. Like I'm not
Yeah.
ready. But at the same time, we spending time together. Like I'm at your crib with your mom, and I'm going like I felt like I'm doing all this stuff that it feels like a relationship to me.
Okay.
It feels like
But technically, there's a sense of there is a relationship
there
happening
is a
in itself, yeah,
relationship,
right?
but
But what are the rules and regulations? What are the policies and procedures of this
exactly like
relationship?
there was none. At least on his end, like as I look back on it, I was really in a relationship with myself. Like I played myself. Like I played myself. I can say that I played myself. Like I gave him permission to play me. So
So let me ask you this question. How can I word this? What do you think your younger self would say to you now about love?
my younger self would say to me
About love.
about love. Sheesh. I don't think my younger self ever knew or felt love. Like, at least in a romantic sense. Like, I don't think, yeah. Like, because it's like, how can you, because I didn't even love myself enough to set my own boundaries. I was just going along with his boundaries. Like, it's like, oh, you don't want a title or anything? Okay, fine. Like, cool. Like, this still is cool with me, but it really wasn't. But,
Did
like,
you feel like that was all you could get?
yeah, I did. I did feel like that was all I could get. But from the perspective of it's all I can get because this is who I like. And it's rare for me to like someone. So if I like them, that means they're special. So, you know what I'm saying? If I like them, that means they're special and that means they don't come around a lot. So I got to hold on to this because who knows the next time I'm going to actually like somebody and then they give me that whatever they was giving me because it's not the people that you don't like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like cuz it could have been
I
whatever
agree.
with people that I didn't like, right? But it's like, "Oh, I really like him."
But that's anything in life. Like when you like something or you want something, change has to be at the forefront of your mind. You can't do things the way you used to do them. If I wanted to like, if we just general speaking right now, just like a good one is being for all adults.
Right.
If we want to be for all the adults,
Yeah.
we have to have change in the forefront of our mind. We have to do something
Yeah.
different that we didn't used to do.
Yeah.
We have to let something go, and we did.
Yeah.
So there's obviously something you were holding on to that you didn't want to change about yourself. If you felt like, yo, this is all I can get from him, or like this is what I want. But if it's something you really, really desire and you really, really want, like you have to change. Even when people go to God and things like that, you can't. You literally, it says you can't live your life like you used to.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
can't.
yeah. I guess the crazy thing is, I probably had to change who I like. That's if I probably had to change who I like because it wasn't working for me. Like it was a lot of stuff that happened in that relationship, if you want to call it. Like it was a lot of stuff that happened to me, and I just kept like I kept going back for more.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
That's But progression, a lot of times we look at progression either forward or backwards, right? But you could literally go up in whatever you are. You could move vertically as well. Like let's just say like you're good at listening. You could just get better listening skills. That's moving
Yeah.
vertically, right?
Yeah.
And then you could become good at speaking, and that's moving forward.
Yeah,
Right? I believe
yeah.
like there's so many different, and then you could just go on the whole 3-dimensional thing, and like we could just
Yeah.
go all about these things. But
I mean, the crazy thing is, I think that all that happens because it's like a cycle for me. All that happens is I like somebody, I'm not gonna say they don't like me back, but it's not the situation that I want, right? and then I sort
you
of
have an idea in your mind.
yeah.
Okay.
There and then I regress. That's what it comes back down to. I regress to like, all right, well, I'm just not gonna feel nothing. You know, like
I feel you. No,
I regress back to all right. Well, I'm just not because obviously, like me feeling something, this is what it ends up being. So I'm not gonna feel nothing. And so years go by or whatever, time goes by, and then I find one person again, and the same shit happens.
Cycle.
Yeah, over and over again.
Yo, insanity is crazy. Yo, you the Joker, yo.
Yo, and yeah,
We
like
all find ourselves in these cycles, and like it's because we don't want to let go of something, right?
Yeah, I don't want to let. I can say this. I don't want to let go of the idea of like who I like, the aesthetic of who I like. I don't want to let go of that. I want that.
There's nothing wrong with wanting what you want, right? Like,
Right, but is it working?
Yo, what Tupac says? Yo, no disrespect.
Oh,
I know y'all got beef. I know y'all got beef.
No disrespect,
Y'all squash it. They squash it. It's time for us people start making some changes. They change the way we sleep. They change the way we eat. They change the way we treat each other. Yo.
Pop was
So I see no changes. I wake up in
Yo.
the morning and I ask myself, hey, yo, a king. Yo, Machiavelli, yo.
yo, rest in peace, Tupac.
Yo, rest in peace, Tupac. You too big.
Yeah, both of you, yo. Both of them.
So I realized in romance, since we're in Valentines, I know what I was doing. I was same girl, different body. Same girl, different
Did they
body.
all want the same gift? Did you give them all the same gift?
Yo, one thing I never did was recycle a gift. That's crazy. Or I never recycled an idea. Yo. I got an album up here. I got an album of romance. Yo. Good kid, Mad City up here.
So you was diverse. Like you didn't buy everybody the same dress.
That's
and
crazy.
Like, yeah.
I think every gift should be personalized.
That's love, though. That's love. At least you did that.
Yeah, but it's life. Am I right? I'm never trying to. Like, one thing I don't like when people are like, yo, you just want sex from me or you just want this from me. It's like, yo, honestly, I don't want nothing from you, yo. I just enjoy company sometimes. And, like, I think you're a dope person. I like listening to people's stories. No, do I need company? No. If I could be, I could play Call of Duty all day and be good, right? But I do believe in camaraderie. I do believe in community.
Yeah.
And I think, having people around you is very important, especially the right people, right? And so I never know what I can learn from someone. So I do enjoy that aspect of like listening, just learning from someone. But being safe to be vulnerable, feeling safe enough to be vulnerable, nah, I'm cool off.
But
that.
so you're not you're not vulnerable with them. You're not, and you just listening to them, and they're keeping you company. Like
I wouldn't say they keep me company. That's crazy. Well.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't really know. It don't
like
matter.
But the thing is, it's like, why almost like a disassociation?
I'm very disassociated.
Yeah, like why the disassociation? Like, and why is it just like, oh well, I don't care. Like you could stay or leave.
But my thing is this: like, if you're my friend,
yeah.
If you say, yo, I can't do this anymore, my thing is to just say okay, because I don't want to make any decision that you have even harder for you.
Yeah.
So I back off. I'm big on just saying okay. I don't like to get into arguments. I don't even want to get into debate. Especially shout out to this poet who told me this. Yo, there's nothing worse than an ignorant person with an opinion. And like when I heard that, I was like, wow, that's
an ignorant person with an opinion.
That's crazy. And ignorance it's not necessarily a nasty word, but if someone doesn't know any better, they just don't know any better, and that's okay. And so I can't change anyone's mind. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. Only you can do that.
Yeah.
And so going back and forth is not, that's not my thing, Because I could tell you you're wrong, you could tell me I'm wrong, or whatever the case may be, and like it's back and forth. But one thing I definitely learned this year is just like, just because you're feeling bad about something and going through something doesn't necessarily mean that person is feeling good and feeling great and they're thriving. They could be feeling heavy just as you.
Yeah.
And like that lack of communication between the two people.
And being honest. Yeah. You have to be vulnerable and honest.
Yeah, you do.
You have to be in all types of relationships. You have to be vulnerable because I think a lot of problems happen just because people just don't say like, "What you did hurt my feelings." Yeah. Because that's really what it boils down to. It's like you talking to that girl hurt my feelings. Yeah. Like, maybe it shouldn't, but it did. It's like, yeah, you spending time with her, you not giving me like this gift or
Yeah.
like
And I agree with that. Like, if you want to have that honest and like that threshold of communication between someone, like I think you should.
yeah,
And one thing you can't do is belittle someone's feelings when they tell you something about how they feel.
yeah,
Like, don't be like, yo, why would you feel that way? Like, yo, just listen. Like, just the most powerful words I've learned how to say is like, what else? After
yeah,
someone is telling me something about what else, just let them like spill out how they're feeling inside.
yeah.
Cause some people just want you to listen just for a little bit to show that
Most
you
people
care.
just want you to listen
Yeah,
because
and that's
most people
okay.
don't feel heard. Yeah,
That's okay. And so I'm learning to do that more and not just be about like what I want or how I want things to be. Right? 'Cause you can't learn from that.
I think it has to be a balance though. I think it has to be a balance of it not always being about you, but at the same time,
Yeah. I
it
have
you
to
know,
give something.
yeah. Like I think it's both. Like it don't have to be all the time about you on some selfish stuff, but it has to be about you in some way. It can't just be all about them either.
Yeah.
And that requires what? Communication. Us being like, all right, well, this is what I need, and this is what, and then the other person like, well, this is what I
Facts,
need,
facts,
and
facts.
if you can't find a way to meet in the middle, you got to change the dynamic of the relationship.
Yeah. I think it was Benjamin Franklin who said this. I have to look back and say, he says, when you move into a new neighborhood, and I didn't understand this at first, but he says when you move into a new neighborhood, the first thing you should do is ask your neighbor for a favor you know they can do. Because what it does, it requires you to ask for help. They know you're in need, and it shows people in their best light, which is helping people. And so you're already in debt, so they already trust you enough to like try to build a rapport. And at first, I was like, I don't get that until my friend V, she told me that like the worst thing you can do as a friend to someone is not ask them for help.
Not ask them for help.
Yeah.
Not ask them.
Because
I
what
like
am I here
that.
for? And I was like, yo, and I was like,
I like that.
and yo, that was a hard truth for
I
me to
love
swallow.
that.
That was a hard
Yeah.
truth for me to swallow. And I was like, yo, that's
We have
very
to ask
true.
each other for help.
Yes.
Like, yeah, everybody is so like in a circle of what they want and trying to get it, and like that. People don't like just come up and be like, hey, I need you. Like,
Yeah,
I need you to do this,
that's
or I need you to do this for me.
that's a good way to make people feel their own light.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo.
Oh, for all the adults,
Yo, man.
For all
Yo,
the
man.
adults,
Happy
like,
Valentine's Day, man.
Happy Valentine's Day. Like, this just having this conversation kind of makes me even think about it in a different light, because like after all those bad Valentine's Day, I don't even acknowledge Valentine's Day. Like, Valentine's Day is like, I don't. But you know what I'm doing? I'm disassociating, because
That could be it.
that
Yeah.
it. I know that's what it is, because
Oh.
I'm disassociating because I never got what I wanted from it. So
But what do you need?
you know what? Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind when you just said that was attention. That was the first thing. That was the first thing that came to my mind, was like attention. Like, it'd be nice, but it's like not just any attention.
Yeah.
The type of attention that I want.
You know that's okay.
I'm sitting with that. I'm gonna sit with that. Because to me, like, Valentine's Day, like after all of those years, and then years after that, it was nothing. Like, I literally don't even like Valentine's Day doesn't even, like, I forget. Like, it's, how you like
Yeah.
disassociate so much that your memory,
Yeah,
you
that's
just
true, that's true.
you just forget.
You're a new person every day.
Yeah, so it's like I don't even like it used to bother me, like scrolling and seeing people with their roses and they love and all that. It used to bother me, but now, like, I don't feel nothing.
So let me give you a thought to like hang on for a week. It's just the question more so. Who are you when you're not getting the attention that you want? Just
Yeah,
hold
like
that.
that's
Just hold
yeah,
that.
like
Just hold
yo, like who are you when you are not getting the attention you want?
Yeah. You need help getting home this week?
Man, I do. I need help. I need help getting home. I definitely need help,
That's all right.
and I'm willing to help somebody else get home
Me
too.
too. I need help too.
Like,
Yeah.
like
I don't really know where I'm going, but I'm in the right direction.
I agree. I agree. Like, I don't need, because am I going home? Like, do I feel like going home? For real? I don't know.
That's your decision.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. Like, because like we said before, it is kind of fun, like, being out in the streets a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little fun. Like, but am I being my best self? Am I being the best I can be.
Yo,
For me,
is it pleasure over blessings or not? I'd rather be blessing people.
yeah, you're right. Right.
It feels good to help.
It do. I agree.
Again, Benjamin Franklin. Yo, ask the neighbor for a favor you know they can do, man. Fact, man. Yo, for all adults.
Yo, for all the adults, yo, we here. So this is what it's about, man. We ain't set up an email yet or anything like that.
But we going to.
Yeah, we going to. We want y'all to email us. We want y'all to, join the adults table with us, because we really want this to be a community of adults, of us trying to be better, holding each other accountable, and just being better every day, because we tired of the gender wars, we tired of the toxicity, we're tired of just all the negative behaviors. Like it's not healthy. Like it's not.
We the new adults.
Yeah, we the new adults, and we got to start acting like, making new recipes. They say we losing the recipes. We got to make new ones.
Recipes, man.
Yo, we do. We got to make new recipes.
What my man Kyle doing living single? He was singing his heart out. My funny Valentine. Yo, man.
But yeah, yo. Well, this is our first episode. This is the first episode. It's Valentine's Day. Hopefully you got some love. And if not, man, we love you.
Yeah,
I love you.
Yo,
I
facts,
love you.
Facts,
if you didn't hear that today at all, yo, I love you.
Yeah. Do something different this week.
Do something different. Learn something different. Yeah. Like don't be so caught up in the day that you forget about the relationships and people that do love you and do nourish you. Don't forget about that. Don't be so caught up in what you get, the rose petals and everybody, on the gram and getting the attention and don't
delete your social media.
Yeah, even if you don't delete it, you can't let it bother you, because it may or may not be real, and if it is or it isn't, shouldn't really affect you the way
I'll find out why you bothered.
Yeah, I think that's the key, is really finding out the root of why you're bothered by it.
And if the root is competition, then you
gotta address it. You gotta address it. You gotta be accountable.
Yo, ask yourself, do you need help getting home this week, yo?
Yo, ask your friend. Ask a friend.
Yo, man, for all the adults.
For all the adults, yo.
Episode 1.
Yo, we did it.
Hey,